One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good evening.
Mom, grab the yellow one. Good evening and welcome to the 35th Annual Power of the Past, coming to you live from the Decatur County Fairgrounds.
Good evening,
Uh-oh. They've ousted Josh. Well, we are out here at the Power of the Past. We're bringing you the Russ Hubler live at 5 and going to have a great evening. The weather is beautiful. The rain has held off thus far, so that is good news. And we'll have to work on our little connection there.
We'll just revert to the wired capacity.
We're going back in time with the Power of the Past.
That's right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the tractor field on the west side of the Decatur County 4-H Fairgrounds for Thursday night at the Decatur County Greensburg Power of the Past. It looks like we've got a few more that have come in today. There's definitely some more lawn and garden and stationary engines across the street from us, so it should be a great weekend. It looks like the rain's going to hold off, and this evening's going to be a lot of fun.
I think so. There's a nice breeze out here, and the crowd is picking up quite a bit. I've started to smell some food in the air making its way over our way, but you will find the food and it's more stationary and shopping on the other side of the road, and we're over here in the tractor field. We do want to say a big thanks once again to Russ Hubler Ford for being our presenting sponsor, Scripture Auto, Ford Abstract, Decatur County Memorial Hospital, and Gilland Howe Funeral Home, and our stage coming to you courtesy of Trailer Sales of Indiana.
Today's been a big day out here, too. There's been a lot going on, and the tractor pull is this evening. So I didn't notice when I came in how many were down there, but they had weigh-ins that starting at 4:30. Tractor pull's going to be at 6.
Yes.
Down in the grandstands.
It is. So it's been a busy day. They had more kids out this morning that got to go through and do the big tour. So I believe one more school is set up to come tomorrow, and then all of the schools have been through.
And we talked a little bit about this yesterday, too, but it's a great opportunity. Fourth graders come out. That's when they're learning about Indiana state history. And this is truly a part of Indiana history. And you can come out, you can see the tractors. I know Bill Overmeyer pointed out yesterday there's 100 years of progress sitting 15 feet apart from each other, actually directly behind us. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that. And I think maybe later we may try to do a little video from over there, because I think it's really important that people see how far 100 years is a long time.
It's a very long time, yes.
But it's not really that long.
But how much progress is made in that time?
Yeah, and I made the comment yesterday, too. You know, you're from an ag family. Mm-hmm. I'm from an ag family. Most people may not know that. I'm a farm kid from Jackson Township, and my great-grandfather started farming with a plow and a horse, and he was able to ride in a combine with my dad that had GPS technology and driving capability. That's an amazing amount for one lifetime.
It's amazing. And that's, I remember my papa talking about where he came from and as a kid and how they worked everything to current day. And it's just amazing to see that. And that's what I love about the show is we see all kinds of things here and we see the progress here. So I think we're going to take a quick first break here. When we come back, we will be joined by the Pie Lady on WCRE.
If you've been shopping for a good used car or truck, there's a good chance you're suffering from sticker shock. Yeah, it's all over. And that's why the boys at Scripture Auto do their very best to stock the lot with good, affordable used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. They get it. And they've been doing it a long time. They're also real good at finding that specific vehicle you're looking for. And they have financing available too. Scripture Auto Sales at 1615 North Lincoln in Greensburg. Pay them a visit. You'll be glad you did.
Do you need to see a healthcare provider today? Decatur County Memorial Hospital now offers same-day appointments. Get the care you need when you need it. Your health, our priority. Call 812-222-DOCS. That's 812-222-3627. Decatur County Memorial Hospital, the quality care you want close by.
Ford Abstract is a locally owned and operated full-service title insurance company. Title insurance ensures a free and clear title for both the buyer and lender's interests. Laura Littmer, owner since 2006 and in the industry since 1987, is joined by Debbie Schneider with 30 years experience and Maya Batterton, who joined in 2018. Working closely with lenders, brokers, and real estate agents, they can assist in selling, buying, or refinancing right through the final closing. Happy to help with all your real estate transactions. Give them a call at 812-663-2190 or email at fordabstract@voyager.net.
Now showing the free senior movie. WTRE invites you to join us for Fried Green Tomatoes. It's a classic favorite, and it's Emily's birthday pick for the month of August. Our free senior movie will be held on Thursday, August 22nd at 10 a.m. at Wolf Theaters. Doors will open at 9:30. This is brought to you by Morning Breeze, WTRE, Decatur County Memorial Hospital, Wolf Theaters, and Cobia Solar. Free popcorn, sponsored by DCMH. Tickets are available only at WTRE, and seating is limited. Call 812-663-3000 for details. And we give away great door prizes.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the west side of the Decatur County 4-H Fairgrounds for the 35th annual Power of the Past. We have a great evening. It's a little breezy. We've upgraded our audio this evening, it's less windy. And eventually, you and I are going to get this live at 5 here on WTRE.
We're going to get it down. That's right, yes.
So why don't you introduce our next guest, and I'll chase down my
You're
papers.
right. It is breezy, but it is nice out. Beautiful weather. So I've got Carol Blaisdell with us tonight from the St. Lawrence Ladies Auxiliary. You guys are also known as the Pie Ladies. Oh, flip your switch.
That is correct. We have been coming here for 21 years.
Isn't that right?
Yeah. So we just keep getting bigger and bigger, selling more pies. I think first year we just did it one day. Now we do it 2 days. But all of our ladies in the auxiliary are good pie makers. Not me so much, but...
Oh, now, Carol, we know better.
But I go around and sell pies on a cart. So that is,
that's
what
your
I
primary
do. That's
job,
kind of my
isn't it?
primary job. I go to the people.
You deliver. You will deliver pie if somebody out there wants it.
Well,
hey, Emily, do you remember at the fair when they brought milkshakes to us so
I
that
do
we could
remember
try
that.
them? I feel like I don't see any pies.
Well, they don't kick off until tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Maybe tomorrow at 5 we could probably save a couple pieces back. But anyway, our organization.
Well, just
I guess I'm more than a couple.
Yeah, I'm a big.
You guys are talking
peanut butter pie.
A peanut butter pie fan? Yeah, we both like peanut butter.
I know. The problem is we don't have chilled pies.
Now, you guys have a ton of different kind of pies.
Yes.
And it's always something, I know we've come across several unique pies.
Right. Now, Bertha Head, as you know, is very...
Pie savvy,
and she's very good at keeping records. So she has a list of what pies we sold last year and what was the most popular. But here's just a variety: apple, apple raisin, Dutch apple, blackberry, blueberry, cherry, crayon apple, derby, Kentucky derby, mixed berry, peach, pear, pecan, pineapple, that's Bertha's specialty, raisin, black raspberry, rhubarb, sawdust, sugar-free, a few sugar-free, and then strawberry rhubarb, and then Toll House pie. So we have to have pies that don't have to be refrigerated.
They won't melt in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is our biggest fundraiser. We have other things we do, but we make a lot of money, and we give it. Whenever I'm out there, I always say we make money and we give it away. That's
so tell us some of the places that the money goes off of the pie fund.
The Community Health Care Clinic, New Directions, St. Mary's Hot Meals, Clarity Pregnancy. We've given into the United Fund, special education at the counties or at the schools, and then scholarship assistance. We've given 1 to 2 students a year attending Oldenburg Academy. We give them one. And then Every year, this is one of my favorites, we sponsor 3 kids in Haiti, the St. Anthony Church Haiti Project. We sponsor 3 kids with meals, clothing, and education. So this is our big fundraiser.
So I would be curious to know, wouldn't you, what the most popular pie is? What do you think it is?
Well, it's probably got to be apple.
I would think so.
You think so?
Yes, apple. But this is
The apple pie is the John Deere of pies.
That's true. That is
Yeah.
a true statement.
all different varieties.
Right.
Dutch apple, I think. A lot of people come for that. But the Derby is kind of like a cookie pie. That's popular. And then sawdust is something that's like a secret recipe. Right, Kathy?
Sawdust is secret?
Yeah. It has coconut in it.
You've really
but
gotta work
some
on the
people
marketing.
won't share their recipe. You know, like
They're secrets.
Yeah, they're secrets. But
Is the sawdust popular?
huh?
Is the
Yes.
sawdust pie popular? It is.
Yes, it is. Pecan is always good. Now, everybody tells me, I'm not a farm lady, but were the blackberries good this year?
I don't know. I didn't have any blackberries. Did
Yes.
you? No.
So I've already had a request for blackberry, somebody. And then Derby is like the chocolate chip. But the big thing is it's so much fun. You just come out here, and don't you guys just have fun when you just walk through, seeing everybody, talking to everybody?
That's my favorite part. It's the socializing.
I know. So that's what that's what I do. If you see me go by, it's Eric Lusk. He lets us borrow his nice Cub Cadet and his dad, Jerry Lusk. So I got it all set up, and it says pie on it. So watch for that. We'll be all over.
So you don't do you have a physical location as well, and then
Yes.
including the mobile?
Yes,
So
we're
where's that
over
at?
there. What?
We're on the corner
community
of
is
the
that?
commercial building.
Commercial
Yes.
building. It's the corner, outside on the corner. I can't believe you don't know where it is.
I'm
It's
out to train
disappointing,
him better.
Mayor.
I
It's
wanted
disappointing.
I wanted to be sure that you could tell folks where it was.
I'm like the most not anti. I don't know,
Non-directional?
farm person. No, I don't know much. I mean, but the buildings always get me confused.
So if we want a piece of pie, when are they going to be for sale?
I would say by 9:30 tomorrow.
Okay,
by
and you will be
cleanup.
here Friday and Saturday?
Yes, but they're coming to clean at 7, so you could stop by and put your orders in early. And then we're collecting the pies at the hall, and then I'm going to be bringing them out. So probably 8:30, 9, I don't know. But anyway, yeah.
And if somebody wanted to get in contact with your auxiliary, how would they go about that?
I would say contact our president, Donna Lecker, Bertha Head, or me. Just find me. We always want new members,
So just
So-
yell for Carol and she'll
Yeah.
come running. She's
Kind
the
of-
pie to you lady.
People kind of know me. So, yeah, anyway.
And how much do we charge for a piece
We're
of pie?
only charging $3 a slice. So that's pretty good.
I'm pretty sure it's worth every penny.
And I see you take Venmo there too,
Yes,
right?
we jumped into the 21st century, and that wasn't easy for me. But I have a Venmo, and I had to print that out, and that was hard. I don't know.
But you did it.
The young people had to help me, but yeah, we got it. So we'll have Venmo at the booth
So
and on the card.
cash in Venmo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks for noticing, because that was a big deal for me. Anyway, I think I've said enough, but thank you for having me.
We're excited to have you. We look forward to your pies tomorrow.
Okay, they'll
I
be
think
good.
I need to have pineapple. I've never had pineapple pie.
Marilyn just texted me. We
Uh-oh.
start selling at 8.
8? Oh.
Marilyn
okay.
Davis, she's another very good pie maker.
Maryland's on it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Carol, thank you for being here tonight. We have pie to look forward to now.
That's right. And so we're going to take a quick 2-minute break from the tractor field at the 35th Annual Greensburg Power of the Past, presented by Russ Hubler Ford. We'll be right back after this.
If you've been shopping for a good used car or truck, there's a good chance you're suffering from sticker shock. Yeah, it's all over. And that's why the boys at Scripture Auto do their very best to stock the lot with good, affordable used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. They get it. And they've been doing it a long time. They're also real good at finding that specific vehicle you're looking for. And they have financing available too. Scripture Auto Sales at 1615 North Lincoln in Greensburg. Pay them a visit. You'll be glad you did.
Do you need to see a healthcare provider today? Decatur County Memorial Hospital now offers same-day appointments. Get the care you need when you need it. Your health, our priority. Call 812-222-DOCS. That's 812-222-3627. Decatur County Memorial Hospital. The quality care you want close by.
Ford Abstract is a locally owned and operated full-service title insurance company. Title insurance ensures a free and clear title for both the buyer and lender's interests. Laura Littmer, owner since 2006 and in the industry since 1987, is joined by Debbie Schneider with 30 years experience and Maya Batterton, who joined in 2018. Working closely with lenders, brokers, and real estate agents, they can assist in selling, buying, or refinancing right through the final closing. Happy to help with all your real estate transactions. Give them a call at 812-663-2190 or email at fordabstract@voyager.net.
Now showing the free senior movie. WTRE invites you to join us for Fried Green Tomatoes. It's a classic favorite, and it's Emily's birthday pick for the month of August. Our free senior movie will be held on Thursday, August 22nd at 10 a.m. at Wolf Theaters. Doors will open at 9:30. This is brought to you by Morning Breeze, WTRE, Decatur County Memorial Hospital, Wolf Theaters, and Cobia Solar. Free popcorn, sponsored by DCMH. Tickets are available only at WTRE, and seating is limited. Call 812-663-3000 for details. And we give away great door prizes.
All right, welcome back to Russ Hubler Live at 5 here on the Tractor Field. It is a beautiful evening out, a perfect day to come out and enjoy the 35th Annual Power of the Past.
It is. Tonight is the second night. We talked about this last night. Wednesday is sort of a new day for the Power of the Past to be added in. But we have our next guest, Rick Imswellers, joining us. His specialty is across the street from here, the Hit Miss Engine. So, Rick, good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And for those that don't know much about you, maybe, I don't know who that would be, but why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and then also what you brought this year?
Well, to begin with, I've been in the city for 40 years now. I was on the fire department for 33, so a lot of you know me. I show hit and miss engines. We're over here in the hit and miss area, so there's a lot to see. Just come on out.
How many engines did you bring?
Our family, we've got 8 engines here. We've got a water demonstration. We're pumping a pump water through wooden water lines. That's unusual. You don't see wooden water lines. And another thing we have over there is a wooden water pump. And it was sold here in Greensburg, Indiana. So if you're out and about, stop by the Big Red Trailer and talk. We'll talk with you. We'll show you our stuff.
So how did you get started in the Hit and Miss Engines?
I didn't. You know, a lot of people listening knew Alan Bill. He was big into it, and he got Dad started 40 years ago. They went and got a 15-horse, a big oil-filled engine, and from there it grew. And now, family, we've got over 40 engines.
How do you pick which ones of the 40 to bring? Do you rotate them through each year? Is it the ones that run the best? Is it the most unique? Like, what's the determining factors behind that?
It just depends on what's closest to the door. And we try to get the ones that's running at the time. We do have ones that we take pretty much all shows. We know we'll run and demonstrate, and like the water line and stuff, we try to get it to most shows.
How many shows do you participate in a year?
Mainly we do 3 here, Rushville, Brookville, and we have been down to Evansville. We've been to Kentucky. But
So you mentioned your dad. How have the Hit and Miss Engines kind of gone through the generations with your family and obviously continuing today?
well, Dad got us started. I jumped in, and my older brother, he jumped in, and now my younger brother's jumping in and getting going. So,
What's the how many hours a year, or does the family, do you get together and work on them and put them together or clean them up, however that works? How many hours does it take you to get ready for the show? What's the camaraderie behind the family working on it like? Because I think some people may say, okay, you have that in the barn, but why? And obviously there's histories too, but How do you get the family involved in making sure that the next generations are interested?
The older brother was the money man, and I was the grunt. I work on the engines. He would come out, but yeah. And Dad did back when. He's getting out of it more, so kids are taking over. Like I said, little brother, he's starting now, so we'll spend 15, 20 hours getting ready.
Now, how many years have you been coming out to the Power of the Past?
Out here, I've been showing from probably the second year it started, but I've probably made about every year.
All right. Well, we thank you for being out here tonight, bringing your collection so everybody can see it.
Rick, the question that we need to get in the habit of asking is, what's your favorite food item out here?
So far, biscuits and gravy in the morning.
Oh.
There you go.
But one thing, if anybody is walking the hit and miss engines, stop and talk to the showers. They will inform you anything you want to know.
You'll answer any question, right?
Anything we can try.
All right. I'm curious more about the wooden lines. So when did those come into play?
They were used in mid to late 1800s. I've had them for 30-some years probably.
Do you remember where you acquired them at?
Different auctions.
Okay. That's a lot of preservation, though.
It
a lot of
is.
years to preserve.
It is. It's like to keep them going.
Very good. Well, thank you again for being here tonight. We'd so appreciate it and here throughout the show.
You're welcome.
So this evening we've got the tractor pull. So tractor weigh-in is underway. That's down in the track. And out here at the Power of the Past, it's a $5 gate fee per day, or you can get a wristband for $15. They can sell you those at the gates. Your ticket includes the items at the grandstand.
Pay once and you're into everything.
That's right. So you can definitely check out the tractor pull. I'm sure we'll hear how the sign-ins are going for that. And then this evening is the Columbus Cloggers at 7 in the Farm and Home Center as well. Hey, that's kind of our old stomping grounds.
It is. Should we go back and clog?
Oh.
We'll save the people.
I'm really busy at 7, so you're going to have to do that on your own. Tomorrow, there's a lot of good stuff going on out here as well. The grounds open at 8, opening ceremonies at 8:30. The tractor cruise is at 10:30. And then there's the noon whistle. That's kind of a fun. They get all the steam engines.
That is fun.
And that's a fun experience tomorrow. And of course, the toy show's going on. Bingo, more tractor pulls, and then a studio jam by the Feldmans, and then the tractor pull again tomorrow evening, and then the pedal pull is tomorrow night for the adults as well. So you'll definitely want to be out here all day Friday if you can be, and of course we'll talk about Saturday as well.
That's right. We'll be back here in 2 minutes live on WTRE.
If you've been shopping for a good used car or truck, there's a good chance you're suffering from sticker shock. Yeah, it's all over. And that's why the boys at Scripture Auto do their very best to stock the lot with good, affordable used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. They get it. And they've been doing it a long time. They're also real good at finding that specific vehicle you're looking for. And they have financing available too. Scripture Auto Sales at 1615 North Lincoln in Greensburg. Pay them a visit. You'll be glad you did.
Do you need to see a healthcare provider today? Decatur County Memorial Hospital now offers same-day appointments. Get the care you need when you need it. Your health, our priority. Call 812-222-DOCS. That's 812-222-3627. Decatur County Memorial Hospital. The quality care you want close by.
Ford Abstract is a locally owned and operated full-service title insurance company. Title insurance ensures a free and clear title for both the buyer and lender's interests. Laura Littmer, owner since 2006 and in the industry since 1987, is joined by Debbie Schneider with 30 years experience and Maya Batterton, who joined in 2018. Working closely with lenders, brokers, and real estate agents, they can assist in selling, buying, or refinancing right through the final closing. Happy to help with all your real estate transactions. Give them a call at 812-663-2190 or email at fordabstract@voyager.net.
Now showing the free senior movie. WTRE invites you to join us for Fried Green Tomatoes. It's a classic favorite, and it's Emily's birthday pick for the month of August. Our free senior movie will be held on Thursday, August 22nd at 10 a.m. at Wolf Theaters. Doors will open at 9:30. This is brought to you by Morning Breeze, WTRE, Decatur County Memorial Hospital, Wolf Theaters, and Cobia Solar. Free popcorn, sponsored by DCMH. Tickets are available only at WTRE, and seating is limited. Call 812-663-3000 for details, and we give away great door prizes.
Welcome back to Russ Hubler's Live at 5. We are glad to be back here at the Power of the Past, brought to you by Scripture Automotive, Ford Abstract, Decatur County Memorial Hospital, and the Gillen Tao Funeral Home.
Without them, we couldn't do it, and it allows us to keep having these conversations. And really, it's been a great day and a half already. You know, it's hard to believe. 5:24. I guess we need to do the exact right time since we're doing radio.
That's right.
But we have our next guest with us who specializes over here in the tractor side of things. So for those that may not know you, why don't you tell us a little, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then what your expertise is out here at the Power of the Past.
Yeah, thanks for having me. My name's Clay Hunger. I've been with the Power of the Past here as a director for 2 years now. Mostly focus on the tractor side of things. Big John Deere fan. Grew up around farming, went to Purdue University, studied ag systems management, went to work for John Deere corporate for a little bit. So I was over in Illinois, Iowa. I fell in love with the green and yellow paint, and we've got a couple tractors out here now, and just help out where I can.
All right, so let's talk John Deere a little bit more. So you got to see kind of the inner workings of that. So did that change your perspective on things as you've grown up around agriculture and then got to go in and see the, you know, the inside of John Deere, I guess? Yeah,
for sure. You know, one of the cool things, I guess, looking at just the perspective of agriculture is why I love the antique side of things is we got a 1937 John Deere G sitting out here, and currently my job now, I work with the Precision Ag here at Koenig Equipment locally, and getting to see the two sides of things where not even 100 years what the progression is made between my G and like the 8RX sitting back here behind us. Just the advancements that has been made, and then seeing the inner workings of Deere and just working out with all the new stuff and being able to come back here and demonstrate the old stuff. It's a pretty cool opportunity.
So you grew up around agriculture. How did you get involved in the antique tractors and the Power of the Past, all of those kind of things?
So I mostly my grandpa, he got me started with the G. We bought it. It's actually a family legacy tractor. We've owned it since 1937 in the family. So we bought it, and between Clark, the president, he's helped me get involved in some antique tractors. I used to be an IH fan, so I bought a couple of my first ones were IH and fixed them up, and kind of grew up around here at the Power of the Past and came every year. So I just kind of fell in love with it and decided I wanted to get involved in it.
You crossed over. How does Clark feel about this? He's got
no
comment. Look
at
that.
You're gonna have to ask him later.
With your work in your day job with the technology that's in agriculture now, and we asked somebody this the other day too, like what do you think that looks like? We talk about right behind us here in the tractor field, 100 years apart from, you know, this very tiny, but at the point in time a big deal, to a tractor today that has a ton of technology, but by no means is the biggest tractor made. How do you see the technology changing, you know, maybe in the next 5 to 10 years, but then when you start looking behind us at 100 years, right, where do you think ag technology is going to be in 100 years? And if you get it right, somebody will get you a door prize, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was going to say 100 years is pretty hard to predict. Heck, 5 years is pretty hard to predict anymore. You know, just within the last couple of years, we're talking, you know, full autonomy on tractors, being able to drive themselves and everything. And then you look at some of the demonstrations out here with the threshing machine or anything like that, there's a lot of hands-on labor. You need multiple people to run it, and we're getting to the point where we don't even need a person to drive a tractor anymore. So the next 5 years, I'd say we could look at that, full autonomy. Next 100, it's pretty hard to say where we're going to be at that point. I wouldn't even want to venture a guess. But I definitely think just being able, someone younger like myself getting out here and being able to see how they used to do back in the day, I think it's always a good thing to see.
You talk about your grandpa and restoring the tractor with him. What's the family piece for you when it comes to the tractors and the Power of the Past and being out here together?
Means everything. Getting to see him come up here, he always loves the parade. I think he's got the biggest smile on his face when he's running that G. It's kind of funny, we could have a brand new tractor sitting there next to the G and he'd still hop up on the G and drive it, and he'd much prefer that over any of the new pieces. So it's awesome to see him out here and just get the opportunity to spend with those guys out here and see him be happy. So.
You talked about your age a little bit. I don't know if you were out here today when the school kids came through or not, but how important is it to make sure that the next generation and people your age and all the way down to fourth grade are, interested in participating, even if they maybe don't come, but to understand the history of it?
I think it's really important. I'm always a big fan of, knowing where you came from, especially in a town like ours. I mean, we're pretty ag-based. We're a rural area. I think it's important for everybody to know where their food comes from and kind of what it used to be like. And, now they have a little bit of experience when they're seeing a tractor out in the field or something, that they know what it's about. And also just seeing history out here. This is stuff things that they take for granted today, how water gets to their house, for example, and things like that. They can actually see the motors and machines that are actually out there doing the work for it.
So I know you're on the board of directors, and that is you have a lot to do while you're out here during the show. But what is your favorite aspect of the show?
My favorite aspect's any demonstrations we can do. Like I said before, I really like being able to see the work done. So my big focus is, even in the future, is to get more demonstrations out here, more things for people to see and watch people do while they're out here. So I think that's going to be my big passion going forward with the show.
I didn't make a note of your degree from Purdue, but if you could remind folks what that is, and then maybe expound upon that a little bit too, because obviously the ag space is growing tremendously, especially when it comes to higher education opportunities. And why did you choose that path, and then how do you think that helps you today, and what does that mean long term?
Yeah, so I went to school for Ag Systems Management is the degree. Basically what it does is we learn about the technology in ag and kind of understand the systems in ag. So looking at job opportunities and things like that, and just the future, everything's going more technology based. And with that, we're going to need guys to be able to work on that stuff. It's not just pulling a wrench anymore. It's a lot more. You got to understand software and things like that. And really what drove me to that degree choice, I actually started as an agronomy major, and then I kind of fell in love with wrenching on stuff, and I kind of wanted to mix the two things. And I was talking to some advisors at Purdue. I was going to go into ag engineering, and when they heard kind of my hands-on experience and what I like to do in my free time, they thought ag systems management was a good hands-on degree, not necessarily as focused on designing, but more fixing the things that are currently out there.
And how do you, again, back to how do we encourage students maybe that don't know that exists? Like, what do you think your role is, in our community, in our FFA programs? How do we help educate kids that maybe they don't have an agriculture background, but they can still get involved through something like that? How do we help encourage that?
I think, talking about it's younger kids, but getting more events out here like this where we can bring kids out and actually see some historic ag, and then also, we put on programs through Koenig that we can, invite people over and see some of those jobs that we can have now. I think also extension offices are always a big help too. And then, like you mentioned, FFA, I think that's huge. I actually didn't have FFA at my high school, so I went to Oldenburg Academy. So we didn't have that opportunity. I wish I did, because there would have been a lot of doors that would have been open, or more experiences that would have, because I didn't even know ag systems management was a degree before I went to Purdue. So it was just through me talking to certain people and them pointing me in the right direction that I got to where I was, or made the decision on that degree.
And I think it's important to know you had some agriculture background, but even though you didn't have that in school, it's still something that you can do. So even if you grow up in town, agriculture is widespread.
Oh, for sure. I totally agree with that. I'm a big advocate for that. I still live in town, and I'm still out there doing all this stuff, and try to get involved everywhere I can with it, work for farms, things like that. It's just a big passion of mine. You see it every day around here, and I just fell in love with it.
All right, well, we can't let you get away without the big question. What's your favorite food out here?
Oh, I'd have to say the ice cream. It's definitely a go-to, especially with how hot it is some days.
That's definitely a hit. That's for sure. Well, thank you so much for being with us tonight. We've appreciated it.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
We'll be right back from the Decatur County 4-H Fairgrounds for the 35th Annual Greensburg Power of the Past, presented by Russ Hubler, here live at 5 on WTRE.
If you've been shopping for a good used car or truck, there's a good chance you're suffering from sticker shock. Yeah, it's all over. And that's why the boys at Scripture Auto do their very best to stock the lot with good, affordable used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. They get it. And they've been doing it a long time. They're also real good at finding that specific vehicle you're looking for. And they have financing available too. Scripture Auto Sales at 1615 North Lincoln in Greensburg. Pay them a visit. You'll be glad you did.
Do you need to see a healthcare provider today? Decatur County Memorial Hospital now offers same-day appointments. Get the care you need when you need it. Your health, our priority. Call 812-222-DOCS. That's 812-222-3627. Decatur County Memorial Hospital. The quality care you want close by.
Ford Abstract is a locally owned and operated full-service title insurance company. Title insurance ensures a free and clear title for both the buyer and lender's interests. Laura Littmer, owner since 2006 and in the industry since 1987, is joined by Debbie Schneider with 30 years experience and Maya Batterton, who joined in 2018. Working closely with lenders, brokers, and real estate agents, they can assist in selling, buying, or refinancing right through the final closing. Happy to help with all your real estate transactions. Give them a call at 812-663-2190 or email at fordabstract@voyager.net.
Now showing the free senior movie. WTRE invites you to join us for Fried Green Tomatoes. It's a classic favorite, and it's Emily's birthday pick for the month of August. Our free senior movie will be held on Thursday, August 22nd at 10 a.m. at Wolf Theaters. Doors will open at 9:30. This is brought to you by Morning Breeze, WTRE, Decatur County Memorial Hospital, Wolf Theaters, and Cobia Solar. Free popcorn, sponsored by DCMH. Tickets are available only at WTRE, and seating is limited. Call 812-663-3000 for details. And we give away great door prizes.
You can't do an event like this without a lot of money and a lot of donations and a lot of time. We give thanks to our sponsors here all the time, and Indiana Trailer Sales has been setting us up with this stage this week.
They have. They've made us look really nice.
I heard that Kathy Versman helped us out with the furniture.
She did.
So we can't do it. We can't do it without them. The Power of the Past has a bunch of sponsors, does a lot in the community. So up next, Tom Cherry, who is one of the board members and the treasurer. Maybe, Tom, you've been the board. You're a part of the board, on the board, off the board, all around the board. So, Tom, how many years have you been doing this? And I can't imagine there's anyone listening who doesn't know you, but maybe give them a little bit of background about Tom.
Well, I've been in it pretty much since day one. I bowed out when the kids were little, and I had other interests and everything. But basically, I've been with it the whole time, or at least out here, and I think I've held every position there was. Actually, I started out in the auction area. They needed somebody to help organize that and see if we could make it bigger and better. And I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I've been told that I have made it, or did make it pretty big. And I think every year it gets a little bit bigger. That brings in a lot of cash. If we were to have a rain out or something, the auction has been known to hold us up financially. That helps a lot. And it's a drawing card for the show.
Tom, you were here from the beginning, right?
Yes.
Like very beginning. So when you stop and you look from day one to today, tell me what that means to you, the growth.
It's unbelievable to sit back and see this, and to think that myself and a lot of my colleagues in the club are responsible for making it what it is today. And we couldn't do it without the members and the directors, the officers that we've got today. Clay Hunger and some of our newer people are a good example of what Clark and I have been wanting for quite some time, is to get some interest in this. As you can see, there's a lot of old stuff out there that a lot of the younger people don't know anything about, and some of them don't care to know anything about. So we've got to keep the interest level going, or a show like this could just die overnight. And it's tougher and tougher to do. As, we've got muscle tractors now that seem like they are drawing card for a younger generation, maybe not the youngest, but somewhere in between. And basically, it's everybody wants a tractor like they grew up on. And you got to get pretty old. you have to be pretty old to be able to have grown up on some of these tractors. I know I date back to some of them in the 50s and 60s, but they were used when I was a kid. So we have, if you turn around, Emily, over your shoulder, you can see we've got one that's a little bit out of place over there.
Just a little bit, right?
Yes, that is one of the biggest John Deeres they make. It's a track tractor. It is a 2023 model. It's been donated by Myers Farm Corporation, Mary Myers. Her manager, Chris Beerhouse, brought that out to the show, and they would like to have had it, they wanted us to display it, and we wanted it here, because right next to it is a 1923 Waterloo Boy owned by Bill Overmeyer. So there's 100 years difference there. And if I was a betting man, I would venture to say that new one will not be running in 100 years because of all the electronics on it. I mean, you can't do anything. I'm kind of like Clay. I'm into precision ag myself and been in it since it actually started getting popular, like 22, 25 years. And you just, you can't do anything once electronics go down.
So let's talk a little bit about the sponsorships that you solicit, and if somebody wants to be a part of the show in the future, how do they go about doing that?
Basically, come out here, start asking some of the other members, and especially the officers and directors, questions about different things, and tell one of us that you're interested, and we'll right away invite you to one of the meetings, and we're not going to turn down help.
That's right.
And involvement is good. If this is their forte, then by all means we'll help them out, and we'll get them started in it and everything. And like I say, we're trying to get all the new blood in we can, and we're wanting to cut back. The older guys are.
I think it's important you don't just talk the talk, you walk it as well. You have your own collection at home.
Yeah, I do. I've got 8 John Deeres. I'd recently sold one. I've actually got a TO35 Ferguson that I still use some. I've only got one of my collection out here because, frankly, I don't really have time. I've got a little L, which is the last one that I'd fixed up, and I've got it parked over there. It was on display up at the State Fair, so in hauling it back, we decided to drop it off here. So.
The Power of the Past does a lot of support in the community year-round, supporting different organizations. How does that process work, and where all do you help support?
Well, we've kind of picked some organizations that we think could use our help, and maybe a lot of our families have benefited through some of those organizations. Hospice is one of them, and we do give every year to hospice. We give a lot of donations to different things going on at the schools, FFA in particular. I think you might say our motto is we don't want to just give money, we like to have somebody work for it. So basically we get volunteers from the school to do different things. We've got the Pirateers from Greensburg that are on trash duty, and they do a wonderful job. We've got Greensburg and South Decatur FFA that come in as volunteers. We buy them yellow shirts with volunteer stripe put on the back. We do that. We give to a lot of other numerous different types of organizations and everything. Basically, if an organization needs some financial assistance and we think we can afford it in any given year, we'll put their name on the list and we'll vote whether we decide, to give money or not to give money. If we can't this year, we would try to next year. So
I think, too, it's important to look at what the Power of the Past brings into the community here in Decatur County, because it draws people from all around.
It draws people from all around. We have calls from every place. Clark was saying he had a call from some people down in southern Kentucky the other day, and he said that he'd got another call from down in that area. A lot of older people want to come, and we try to cater to them by having handicapped golf carts available for them to drive at an hour at a time. And if they come back and nobody else is on the list to take one, then they can have it for another hour, basically. We've got a small carriage. It's not near as big as our trams is, but it's a small carriage with some pretty nice car seats in it, and we use that. We use that for handicapped and elderly people. If they need to get around, we will actually pull them around. We have some of the nursing homes that come out, and we just try to cater to everybody and try to have not only something that everybody would like when they do come out, but be able to, be able to get around if they're having trouble.
Well, Tom, for all your years of service, you guys have done a great job in building this show, and we appreciate you guys having us out here this year. This is new for us.
Yeah, and this is working out real good, Emily. But we really appreciate what you guys do as far as advertising for us, and we just want to keep the show going and have a good time year after year, and we don't want it to die,
All right.
Well, I take a point of personal privilege. Tom's helped me, and there's been a lot of discussion over the last day and a half that we've been here already about helping with, ask people, engage with the folks that are the exhibitors and talk to them. And Tom's helped me. Off camera here, so we have my family's 1930 Model A Ford, and I was driving in the Bicentennial Parade a couple years ago, and Tom told me I was kind of running like cramp. He's like, you should fix that a little bit, and so he helped with the carburetor work, and it's much better. So Dad's been doing a lot of it. I've been holding the flashlight, but we've gotten it running, and Tom's been a big help, which helps
actually,
keep it moving.
Actually, Josh, that's why I come over here, because I seen your truck from a distance. And I wasn't planning on talking on the radio. I was wanting to make sure the truck was running all right.
Yeah, 2 for 1. You got to confirm that, and you got 20 minutes on the radios. But Tom, thank you for your help with my personal item, but also thanks for all the work you do to keep the show running, and we appreciate it.
That's good, Josh. And I would like to invite everybody to try to come out and see a little bit of history of the past.
All right. Thanks, Tom. We'll take a quick 2-minute break and be back here on WTRE.
If you've been shopping for a good used car or truck, there's a good chance you're suffering from sticker shock. Yeah, it's all over. And that's why the boys at Scripture Auto do their very best to stock the lot with good, affordable used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. They get it. And they've been doing it a long time. They're also real good at finding that specific vehicle you're looking for. And they have financing available too. Scripture Auto Sales at 1615 North Lincoln in Greensburg. Pay them a visit. You'll be glad you did.
Do you need to see a healthcare provider today? Decatur County Memorial Hospital now offers same-day appointments. Get the care you need when you need it. Your health, our priority. Call 812-222-DOCS. That's 812-222-3627. Decatur County Memorial Hospital, the quality care you want close by.
Ford Abstract is a locally owned and operated full-service title insurance company. Title insurance ensures a free and clear title for both the buyer and lender's interests. Laura Littmer, owner since 2006 and in the industry since 1987, is joined by Debbie Schneider with 30 years experience and Maya Batterton, who joined in 2018. Working closely with lenders, brokers, and real estate agents, they can assist in selling, buying, or refinancing right through the final closing. Happy to help with all your real estate transactions. Give them a call at 812-663-2190 or email at fordabstract@voyager.net.
Now showing the free senior movie. WTRE invites you to join us for Fried Green Tomatoes. It's a classic favorite, and it's Emily's birthday pick for the month of August. Our free senior movie will be held on Thursday, August 22nd at 10 a.m. at Wolf Theaters. Doors will open at 9:30. This is brought to you by Morning Breeze, WTRE, Decatur County Memorial Hospital, Wolf Theaters, and Cobia Solar. Free popcorn, sponsored by DCMH. Tickets are available only at WTRE, and seating is limited. Call 812-663-3000 for details. And we give away great door prizes.
Good evening and welcome back to the west side of the Decatur County 4-H Fairgrounds for the 35th annual Power of the Past. We have Clark Martin with us, who's the president of Power of the Past, who is jack of all trades and just constantly on the phone and the radio the whole time we're out here. So we've got him for 10 minutes.
We do. We appreciate all your help with our show. You've been great.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Now, you are kind of like Tom. You've held every position on this board you can hold.
Yeah, I've been from the bottom to the top to the bottom. I've been everywhere.
All right. Now, you were here from the get-go, so you had some family involvement in the very beginning. So kind of tell us your past.
My dad was on it when they first started, when they started with the fair and all that. He was with Bill and all them guys, and then I came on, and my little brothers come. We've all been tied in with it since it started.
All right. You've brought your daughter along now, too.
Yeah, now Kaylin. Lana's in here, too. Lana's doing the secretary work out. It's a family affair. That's the only time this time of year, it's the only time we can see each other.
One big reunion, right?
One big reunion.
So tomorrow, kind of a big event for anybody that's showing out here. It is the big tractor drive.
Tractor cruise, yep. They're going to go for an hour-and-a-half ride. You're going to go toward Milroy, stop up at the Milroy restaurant, eat their dinner, then come back. So it'll be about a 3-hour ride altogether.
And anyone's welcome to
Anybody's welcome to the tractor. All you got to do is sign up so they know how many they roughly got. They're going to leave the fairgrounds at 10:30 and head out that way.
How did that get started, right? Because I think that's kind of a fun concept that people, we have Jeep rides, we've got UTVs. So how'd the tractor drive come
Different. They had them out west, and they had it. Nelson Roberts started it, and he got going. He got sick, and then Chuck Holcomb got it, and Chuck really made it big what it is now. And Chuck kind of got tired, and then Daniel Davis took over now.
How many do you expect will participate?
30 to 35.
Now, do we have a total number of tractors right now?
457 altogether.
About where you wanted to be, right?
Just about where I want to be.
All right. John Deere-wise being the feature this year, where are we at there?
Not quite 200, but I think we're 2 tractors shy.
All right. So then
So if somebody's got a John Deere, you better hurry up.
Get it out here, right?
Hurry up, bring it in, yes.
That's right. So how many years total have you been doing Power of the Past?
35.
The full 35. What's your favorite part of this?
All of it.
Now, Clark's kind of like a Tom, though. He can help anybody fix anything, I do believe.
I think that's true. So, Clark, is that fair?
That's fair. That's
now,
fair to say.
There seems to be some jabbing happening around here about you are an international.
I'm international.
Do you know what I found out the other day?
He has a John Deere lawnmower?
He's got more than that.
We've all had weak moments.
It was on sale.
So what's in your collection? Your own personal collection?
As John Deere's or international or what?
Everything.
I got 16 tractors altogether. I've got a 38 John Deere long frame B. I got a John Deere 50, a John Deere 60, and a John Deere 70. They're all 54s. I got a John Deere 80. They only made it 1 year. And then I've got 2 2+2s. I've got a 4386. It's a baby Steiger. And then I got a Cub clear up to the M. And then I got 13 lawnmowers.
You had more than one weak moment. Did you catch that?
I did, yeah.
And then Kayla's got her 430.
So any family history with the tractors that you do own?
The John Deere B my dad had when we farmed. We used to use it. He bought it from Earl Clayton up at Sandusky. We had it ever since I was big enough. He had the flywheel start. He said, if you're big enough to start it, you can drive it. So I always worked till I got big enough. I think I was 10, 11 years old. Finally got started, and away I would go.
So what do you do with yours? Is this the only show that you participate in?
Well, I go to Rushville. I help Rushville. I used to go to all of them, but I don't have as much time as I used to.
So what's the off season look like? Are you working on them, tinkering with them?
Yeah, I'm tinkering off season. I work and help other people do different things. Yeah, I'm constantly around tractors.
Now, as far as the Power of the Past, this is the big moment, right? Big show.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen overnight or in a week.
I work all year long. I'll take next week off and kind of clear my mind, and then the following week I'll start ready for next year.
So what's the future of the Power of the Past look like for you?
For me, I'm hoping in a few years I can kind of sit back and sit over there by your mom and just watch everybody. That's my goal. But I don't know.
She figured it out. You see that, right?
But I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. Me and Tom's been talking about it, but I'm trying to get Kayla and get some of these younger guys. I think we got a good bunch coming in. We try to keep getting them younger and kind of get them interested. I told him, I said, I want to go very far. I just like to sit on the sideline.
Now, I know we're still in the middle of this show and John Deere's the feature, but do you know next year's features yet?
Alice Chalmers.
Alice Chalmers. Going orange next year.
Next year be White, Oliver, Cockshut, Moline, anything that I do with AGCO.
So you've got I think Bill Overmeyer made the comment 7 years since John Deere's been. So is it a pretty set routine?
It's a pretty set, but since we added Moline, we kind of used to use Moline by themselves, but now since we collected, it may come more sooner. It may come 5.5, 6 years now.
And what's obviously there's people have a lot of pride in their paint color and their items, but what's the idea behind having a featured tractor? Why not just say, hey, it's open?
When we first started, that's the way we was. And then it got to everybody started collecting certain colors and all that. Hey, we want to feature our color. So it got to where we started like the Alice's got their year. It makes everybody feel, if you got a tractor, it makes you feel good to say, hey, this year's my year. This year I'm in the front row.
So obviously, I guess I hadn't put that together yet. So the John Deere's or the featured tractors are up front here, and then you've got a little bit of everything else spread around.
Everything else the side and toward the back, everything else, everybody kind of rotates, but it makes you feel good that your year is here and you're up in the front.
Do you see a lot of the same, obviously probably the same exhibitors, but do you see a lot of the same tractors year over year?
No, everybody brings, it's like me, you bring a different tractor every year.
You cycle
through the barn.
Replace the batteries.
Replace the water pumps. Yeah,
Get them up and running just in time for the 5-year stall.
Yeah.
What's something else I hear? Obviously, the steam component; those are, I think, becoming fewer and far between.
It's harder to get. Yes, harder to get them.
But obviously, something that a lot of people don't see, maybe have never seen, and they do the sawmill and the thrashing. How does that part play into this from a? We'll call it a tourist attraction, right? People want to come and see that stuff specifically because it's so unique.
It's unique how they used to saw all the lumber for the houses, for your barns. It shows you how they used to do that. The threshing, when they used to go to the field, thresh your wheat and your oats for your bread, when they make the cornmeal. It's just how we did things 100 years ago is what it's just what it boils down to.
I think, too, it's, we've talked a lot about the kids coming out, and you and I talked about the other day, but for them to see that, this is probably the only spot they're going to see it here in Decatur County.
They think their food, when they go to Walmart, that's where their food comes from. We'll ask them when we get started off the bus, where's your food come from? Walmart. Then we go out there and we'll show the thresh of wheat. We take it out of the wagon. We show them. I say, here, bread's made out of this. Your cereal's made out of this. Really? They just don't have no clue.
I want to say, I don't know what you did right, but you ordered the right weather for this weekend.
I'm trying.
You did really good.
I am trying. I am doing everything I can do.
I'm going to take my speakers in again tonight because that's what I did last night.
Okay, you're helping
and the rain held off.
You're helping me.
Yes.
So I can get through the night and the morning. I think I'll be fine.
Which actually, I was thinking about this last night when we were packing up, so you're the right guy to ask. Obviously, tractors are made to get wet.
Right.
Not a big deal.
Right.
But there's a lot of pride. There's a lot of, maybe some super glue and duct tape out there.
Mm-hmm.
How do you combat that in an outdoor event? And some people set up tents, obviously.
Right. What we try to do, if we know the storm's coming, we usually try to cover the exhaust pipe. So we usually get bags. We put over the mags to keep the mags dry, and then we just hope for it don't get too bad.
I think the best part of all this, and again, we just had Tom on, but you are also one that if you have a question or you need help, you're there for it.
Yep. All you do is stop and ask me. I'll help you do anything you got. Here comes another John Deere now.
We're down to
More
one.
pulling in.
If we get one more, he'll give us a bonus for
You
doing the
think
show.
so?
Yeah,
I
probably,
bet
yeah.
maybe so. Yeah.
You're bringing them in.
If you're on your way to the fairgrounds with the John
Just
Deere
mention
tractor,
our name.
just mention us. They'll let you right in, and Clark will give us $5.
That's right. And you become a member. You bring your tractor out.
Bring
you
your
can go to the
tractor.
headquarters building.
Yep. You don't have to bring your tractor out. If you want to be a member, all you got to do is go to the office, sign up, be a membership. They'll sign you up. We'll send an email and everything out to you. You know what's going on. We have different meetings or elections, and we go from there.
All right. Tractor pull tonight. Sounds like it's getting ready to kick off
Tractor
here
pull's
any
going to
minute.
start at 6 o'clock. Then we got the cruise tomorrow at 10:30. We got another tractor pull tomorrow night.
Saturday's the parade.
Saturday's a parade at 2
We'll
o'clock.
talk about it tomorrow.
We'll talk about it tomorrow, yes.
We'll keep them in suspense.
Yes.
That's right. Clark, thank you for all your hard
Thank
work
you.
you do here at the Power of the Past.
Thank you.
Thanks, Clark. Of course, I'm actually off tomorrow.
You are?
I've got a previous engagement with the Law Enforcement Academy graduation. We've got 3 recruits graduating, so I've got to go do my real job.
We're very proud of them.
But you're
though.
going to have another special host tomorrow.
I am. She's coming out of retirement there. One
night only. So tomorrow you can join Kathy and Emily right here. There'll be a lot of discussion about the things happening on Saturday, which is full
day.
But I think one thing that we're going to try to do on Saturday is, since you made me ride the dumb boat at the fair.
It was fun. Just admit it.
It was the boat at the fair. We're going to take on a steam engine out here on Saturday afternoon, and then we'll be able to, or tomorrow afternoon, and then you're going to play that tomorrow evening as well.
We'll see what we can arrange. I'll humor you. I think I won that one, though.
Yeah, the boat. But anyway, of course, we want to be sure we get our 3 or 4 features in for the food out here. The Chicken Inn is out here again this year, which is always really good. The Fisher's Ice Cream, Cattleman's, Crazy Dave's, Dogs, and more. And Zipmaster's Kettle Corn is here as well. So those are our food features this evening. And I think with that, we're at 6 o'clock.
We are. Let's real quick. Oh, again, thank you to Russ Hubler for sponsoring Live at 5, Scripture Automotive, Ford Abstract, Decatur County Memorial Hospital, and Gillenhow Funeral Home. A big thank you to the Indiana Trailer Sales of Indiana for providing our stage. And again, to all of our staff that helps us make this become possible. We couldn't do it all of them. So we will see you back here tomorrow night for Live at 5 from the Power of the Past.